Is Laila Ali using this opportunity to still be relevant in this time? Let's check this out.
My career, and I'm happy that she said no. I really didn't want to have to put the pause on her anyway. You know what I'm saying? Her and her team, great. I think that's great that they did what they did. That's perfect for me.
Yeah. So she hasn't officially came out and said that to the public, you know, so it's officially a no, it's not going to happen.
It is 100 ways. It is 100 ways to say yes and one way to say no. It is, and if you want to fight, you can say yes. You can say yes. Her and her representatives are like, it's beneath them. You know, she wants to be like in the public and keep her name tied to mine because I'm young and popping.
The rumor that I heard was that I said that unless somebody had 15, 20 million, don't even call me about this. That's why somebody calls me and says they have it. We're not even going to have a conversation. I'm not trying to come back and fight, but if someone offered that kind of money, I would actually have to think about it.
You saying we got the 15 million, we got the venue, and we got the dates. Now all we need is Laila Ali. Is he gonna make this fight happen or what? You asked for the 15 million and we delivered.
Okay, let's talk about this. I thought this was going to really die down, but unfortunately it has not as of yet. It's starting to grow some legs. Matter of fact, it did grow legs because now it's a beef between a legend and a champion right now. But it's no longer her time and her era. Now it's a new time and a new era. Let's listen to this.
It all started back in 2018 when I went on the Breakfast Club to promote my cookbook. Her record was 8-0 with 2 knockouts.
Now remember, she and I were on good terms at the time. I even mentioned her and said nice things about her. Now during the interview, I was asked, would I make a comeback to boxing? I said I wasn't planning on making a comeback and I didn't feel there was anyone out there who would give me a real challenge. That's how I felt. Well, she heard that and got in her feelings because she felt that I should see her as a challenge.
You know, her saying, oh, there's not nobody good enough at 168, my weight class, that could give her a challenge when I'm the #1 in my weight class. And, you know, I'm just like, you know, nah. I mean, like, I'm the best female boxer that I've ever seen. And, you know, if Laila Ali wants to come back, we can rumble. We can go. You're not going to come back and beat me. You know what I'm saying? Like, this can happen. You know, I just don't like the disrespect. I never used her name to try to be like, you know, try to call her out of retirement. It's basically like she talking about she come out of retirement, she just gonna beat me if she decided to. And people think that I started to beat her.
How did the relationship sour?
She goes on this interview and says, oh, I would come out of retirement, but there's no one good enough to give me a challenge.
So the one thing we both agree on is how this started. Now let me tell you why I didn't see her as a challenge. At the time, I had been retired from boxing about 11 or 12 years. 24-0, 21 knockouts, 5 world titles, right?
I literally retired from boxing because I ran out of competition. It's public information. I would have to be inspired to make a comeback, and I didn't see anybody out there that I was inspired by, including her.
Okay, let's keep it 100. Now, we see where this went. Who would not be or feel that disrespected if somebody was to say that in this era of a time that there was in another era? This is a whole different era. She opened up that door. She really did. And being Claressa Shields, being young and youthful, she's going to have that spark. She's going to have that mouthpiece. And she's going to come back and say what she had to say. And that's exactly what she did. And I felt that, again, that was a dig that Ali really did. I felt that Laila knew what she was doing and she said it. And I felt that slightly she's a little jealous of the fact that Claressa Shields called herself the GWO.A.T. She could have had the opportunity to call herself the GWO.A.T, but she wasn't on that level or thought of herself as being the GWO.A.T. She just felt that she was the greatest and that was it. Claressa came in with the attitude, the confidence, saying, I am the GWO.A.T, I'm the greatest woman of all time. She got the name, she used it, she patented it. She walks around saying it. So far, nobody have not beaten Claressa Shields yet. So what makes Claressa Shields a liar? I felt that Laila Ali should have just left it alone, respected this woman, and moved on. And let's not forget the fact that she's talking about the reason why she retires because there was nobody out there for her to fight. Ann Wolf, what about that fight? That was a serious fight. Everybody wanted to see that fight. A lot of people felt that it should have been Ali. She would have won. And a lot of people knew that Ann Wolfe would have won. And I was a kid at the time, and I knew that being young and just understanding women boxing, I said, that girl will wear Laila Ali out. I remember saying that. And I've been a fan of Ann Wolfe ever since. So her saying coming out of retirement because she had no one to fight, she had Ann Wolfe. And we're going to talk about how that ended too. Let's continue on.
I know she's an Olympic gold medalist, but let's not forget, in Olympic boxing, you're going up against amateurs, not professionals. I saw her fight as an amateur, and I saw her fight as a professional, and I didn't feel that she would be competition for me. In fact, you know what? Let her tell you exactly what I mean.
You mentioned you would break us out.
Yes, I would.
You only have 2 knockouts in 10 fights.
Yep.
Why is that?
Because women only go too many rounds.
All of the women who have been collecting knockouts got them in 2-minute rounds.
That's the main reason. As you've seen from my last fight, me turning pro with only 10 fights, you have to learn how to fight as a professional fighter. And when I came from the amateurs to the pros, I thought everything was the same. I'm like, I'm gonna do the same stuff I did in the amateurs. But training with Coach John David showed me that amateur boxing compared to professional boxing and punching is completely different. Amateur boxing compared to professional boxing and punching is completely different. These last 2 years, he has shown me so much. And from when you see my fight against Hammer, we only worked together for maybe 6 months. And then you see my fight with Habazine, just the body shots, how I can pick my shots now, how powerful and sharp I am. All that had to be changed. So when it comes to the knockouts, one, I've stunned every girl I've ever boxed against out of my 10 fights. Toward the end of the round, middle of the round. But when they only have to get beat up for 2 minutes and then go back and rest for a minute, it's not enough time for me to break them down some more.
She's still trying to learn how to put her punches together and fight like a professional. I've been knocking opponents out since my pro debut, my very first fight. I have more knockouts than she has wins. She started all of this with me because I didn't see her as a challenge for me. Here we are in 2025. And she's only added 1 more knockout. She's still trying to learn how to throw her punches and fight like a professional.
Let's talk about it. She talking about knockout. To be honest with you, I do believe that Claressa Shields would knock out Laila Ali. I do strongly believe that, for sure. And I'm going to tell you why. Claressa Shields came from nothing. She pulled herself from nothing. Everybody thought that she was just going to be another has-been. Probably wound up getting pregnant and just dropping out the sport, talking about what used to be. But no, she came totally different, came with power, came with strength, and she's still walking in that truth to this day. Laila Ali, to me right now, is living off the back coat of Claressa Shields, starting this beef for no reason at all. That's like she lived off the back coat of her father, which is why she's still relevant to this day. Not to say that she's not pretty, because that's what's helping her too. And she does look good. But if you want to talk about knockout, now if you would have knocked out Ann Wolfe, then I would have been like, I don't know. Claressa may have a little fight on her hands. All Laila Ali fights were picked. In my theory, I do believe that Laila Ali really wanted to fight Ann Wolfe at that particular time. But let's keep it a buck. Her team knew that she was not fighting no real contenders. She was fighting moms and pretty much oversized, overweighted women who was just getting into the game, who wasn't sure what they wanted to really do. Those are the contenders she was fighting at that particular time. You can go back and run all those tapes and see the kind of women she was fighting. As a matter of fact, you can see it right here. And I'm going to tell you, they did offer Ann Wolfe a contract, but it was a lowball contract. And Ann Wolfe said, I'm not taking that. If it's not what I want, I'm not taking it. And they knew to offer her that because she was going to say no. And they also knew that if that fight would have happened, Laila Ali would have got her head clean knocked off her shoulders, straight up just like that. And they knew that. And they wanted her to go out undefeated because she was Muhammad Ali's daughter and she's living off the legacy of her father. She never got out the mud like Claressa Shields. I do see a lot of hatred energy towards Claressa Shields, and it's coming from her. Claressa Shields is doing way too many bigger things than worrying about somebody's Laila Ali, a fighter who came out 17, 20 years ago when she was still trying to understand who she is. And then she's going to talk about she still don't know who she is.
and
Of
we got
course,
today.
nobody knows who you are
Now
when
all
you're
we
in your
need is
early
Laila
20s,
Ali.
late 20s. You're still growing.
Is you gonna make
But
this
the
fight
thing is
happen
with
or what?
Claressa Shields,
You
when she
asked
leave out, she
for
will leave out
15 million,
undefeated, and
and
she's
we
going to
delivered.
have an empire that's going to probably be worth billions of dollars. Let's continue on.
The Ali name. I am one of one, and this lane is closed. I did this all myself. There's no camera crew here. There's no script writer. There's no hair and makeup. It's just me and my iPhone and my ring light.
Laser listened to what she said about Claressa Shields, that I don't think she's worthy to come out of retirement to fight. Who would accept something like that conversation? Nobody would. Claressa Shields had every right to defend herself on every level. Claressa Shields did get up to $15 million to fight her. What is she doing? Backpedaling, talking about she's married, she got kids, she got all these businesses. So why are you coming against this woman, this young woman? You are a veteran in the sport. You had your era, you had your time. You said the reason why you retired, because there was no opponents for you to go against. Yes, it was Ann Wolf. And stop acting like 50 years old is old. It's not. 50 years old, 20, 30 years ago is not what it is today, because you got people that's 50 years old look like they're in their 20s. Some damn near look like they're still teenagers. So what are you talking about? In their 60s. It's a total different era. She can come back out. She's still in shape. So what it'll take her maybe 6 months to get in shape. You fought Christy Martin in her later years. And you definitely didn't want to go against Ann Wolf. So what are you talking about? So you talking about who she's not fighting. You ain't fighting no Fajon Cruz. I know that for a fact. And as a matter of fact, you wouldn't even fight Marshall. Savannah Marshall, I believe, will give you some competition. So let's not talk about the competition that Claressa Shields have came up against. I can run down some names, but come on now. And they be trying to knock her head off her shoulders. As a matter of fact, you wouldn't even fight Danielle Parkins. I know you wouldn't fight her. Claressa Shields fought her and knocked her out. So what are you talking about? What do you mean? You to me, when you saying that she's not fighting anybody worthy of an opponent for you, do you think that she should win the title or call herself the GWOAT? So you mean, listen, I'm even getting tongue-tied. You're disrespecting all those fighters. You're disrespecting every last one of those fighters. That's what you're doing. Make it make sense. Man, I'm even getting tongue twisted talking about this situation because it doesn't make any sense. And how dare you guys come out here and do these thumbnails making Claressa Shields look like a mad, angry black young girl against this godly veteran beauty. Come on now, they're both beautiful. Both of them are beautiful women. Okay, so all this hating on Claressa Shields because she's outspoken and she got it out the mud. Claressa Shields did not use nobody's name to get her where she's at today. And if you also notice, a lot of people are hating on Claressa Shields' career is because she's winning the way she's winning and she's getting the bag. And she's creating a legacy to eventually own her own corporation of real women fighters. And it's going to happen because she's a boss. And I think that the jealousy is really strong on her because so many people really don't like Claressa Shields because she's outspoken, she's winning. There's people who want to see her lose more so than win, which is really sad. I can almost count the women who really don't hate on her, just want to box her. Katie Taylor. I've never heard Katie Taylor talk negative about Claressa Shields. Shadisha Green. Carolina Dubas. So many, but there's so many who hate on Claressa Shields. You know, which makes no sense. She's just doing it. And if you really want to go deep, she's definitely being protected by the gods. That's why she's winning. And she's going to continue on winning. Laila, go back to your married lifestyle. Go back to your beautiful children. Raise them boys. Go back to your cook shows. Get your opportunity to keep doing what you're doing. Stay in your moment and let Claressa Shields have her big moment. I think that, you know, it needs to go somewhere personally. I think it needs to just dead out and just go somewhere because Laila is not going to be fighting no Claressa Shields. Because we do know if that fight was to go down, Claressa Shields would knock your head clean off your shoulders just like Ann Wolf would have did in her time as well. On that note, let's talk about Brian and Devin Haney. This is going to be a fight November 22nd coming up. I think this is going to be a fight of all fights. I think it's going to be something that Devin Haney has to prove. I wouldn't say he may not KO him, but I know he's going to put some paws on him. I think he's going to wear Brian out in those later rounds. I'm going to say about 7 or 8. I really want to say 9, but I think it's going to be that 8 that he's going to put some paws on Brian. Brian's going to be on that map. And that's say Brian have not been on the map before because he has, and so have Devin Haney. Not by Garcia, though. Okay? Because I'm going to tell you something right now. Devin Haney got something to prove. Garcia made sure of that. So this fight right here is a big fight for him. A lot of people say, I'm not really interested in watching it, but it's going to be a good fight. You should watch it. It's going to be powerful. It's going to be strong. And it's going to bring back Devin Haney's legacy to show that he does have that grit and that power to understand how to get an opponent out of there. One thing about Devin Haney, he's definitely a state-of-the-art type of fighter. He knows how to precision his punching power. He knows how to use it very wisely. He uses his footwork very wisely. He's a very smart fighter. He has a very high IQ. So does Brian. But see, Brian is fighting a superstar. Brian's still trying to get up on the ladder where Haney is really at right now. Devin has been in those deeper waters and come back every time winning, just like Claressa Shields. So I think that's going to be a good fight, and Alicia Baumgartner is going to be on that card as well. Anyway, guys, put your opinions down in the comment about Devin and Brian. Who's going to win this battle? And we love both of them, actually. We love Brian and we love Devin. Since the fact that Devin is a superstar, he definitely has something to prove. So I think it's going to be a lot more. He's not just fighting Brian. He's fighting Garcia. He's fighting all those people who was hoping that he would never get back up again and hope that he got that loss. That's who he's fighting on that particular night, November 22nd. We're going to have a video talking about that anyway, coming up real soon. But nonetheless, put your comments down below. Who do you think is going to win that battle? And also, guys, we have apparel coming out. So this is the apparel right here. This is going to be our hoodies, our first apparel coming out under the company, our ringside seats. We're loving it right now. I think you guys are going to love it. It's high quality hoodies. They're not cheap. We're going to be selling at $49.99. I think you're going to love them. We got the big hoodies in the back too with the big hood and the big drawstrings, as you guys can see. Matter of fact, we have one on right now. I should have actually went live to show you guys, but nonetheless, that's coming soon too. But guys, support us. We're going to be putting up the link for the prepaid for these sweatshirts, these hoodies. We're also going to be coming out with t-shirts as well as hats. We're looking out for the best quality t-shirts to come out with it. So our stuff is definitely going to be pretty much good quality stuff. So we're looking forward to selling them. We're excited about it. I hope you guys get excited about it as well. Please, guys, subscribe to the channel. We don't say that enough because we don't want to be repetitive, but I guess we do have to say it. We work very hard here. It's not easy doing this, but we're having fun. And nonetheless, subscribe to the channel, guys, and let us know in the comments how you feel about this fight coming up. I think it's going to be a powerhouse. On that note, boom!